What if I tell you that the difference between the wealthy and the average person out there is not money? The difference is their mindset. There's a way that the wealthy think that the average person or the poor don't think same. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you on how the wealthy think differently and how you too can adopt same way or pattern of thinking. Alright, welcome once again to the video. Most people think to be wealthy, is about luck, is about connection, is even greed, as some, are thinking. But after studying billionaires, self-made millionaires, and top entrepreneurs, I discovered that something is really very shocking. And what is that thing? There are three things I discover about these individuals. One, I discovered their habits. They have a habit. There's a habit they have. There's a habit they cultivate. And also, I discovered that they have a belief. And then also, they have strategies. So this is shaped in their mindset. It's shaped in their mindset. And these are the things we're going to be looking at. I have 5 ways that the wealthy think that the average or the poor don't. So we're going to be looking at them. So the number one I have right here on my list is the wealthy focuses on opportunities, not obstacles. So what are we saying? The average mind sees risk and say, oh, I cannot go there. But that's not what the wealthy sees. The wealthy individuals, they don't look at risk. They find out, they look out for ways they could curtail such risks. They look out for ways they could maneuver through those risks and even profit from them. But the poor don't think like that. The average mind, they look out for excuses, for ways they can escape, such barriers, such obstacles, such type challenge. But the wealthy, the successful, no, they look out for where and how they could navigate, they could maneuver through, such challenges and then profit from, such, situation or challenge. So Warren Buffett get rich by not avoiding the stock market. Instead, what did he do? He mastered the stock market over time. What about Elon Musk? Elon Musk, did not run away, from electric cars. What did he do? He dominated the electric car industry. He dominated it. And then, which other one can I give you as an example? He dominated the car industry. So the question is, what opportunities are you ignoring because you are focused on barriers? What opportunities are you ignoring because of the barriers that you see? So it is important that you think like the way the wealthy think. Look out for ways to deal with situations. They look out for ways to handle situations and see how they can profit from it, not shying away from it, not running away from it. So that is how the wealthy reason. That brings me to item number 2. The wealthy build assets and not just income. One thing I notice about the average minds or the poor is that they are focused on income. Yes, they are focused on income. How can I get this job? How can I get that salary job? Getting a job is not a problem. But you see, if that is all that your mind is all about, then you can never make it. You can never be rich. You just keep, living from paycheck to paycheck. But one of the things that the wealthy does is that, they build systems. They don't live on paycheck. Yes, the wealthy build systems that make them money even when they sleep. Yes, it gives them money even when they sleep. So, you should own things that appreciate over time. Don't dwell on salary jobs. I am not saying that you should abandon your job. No. But while you are at that job, what is your focus? What is your plan? Such that you begin to think of how Your money will begin to work for you, not you continuously and endlessly working for money. So the rich, they think of how their money will continue to work for them even when they sleep, not them continually working for money. They might do that over time, and then, but in the long run, they work in such a way that they devise a system in such a way that the money continues to work for them. Each dollar, generates another dollar, even without their effort. Each naira generates another naira. Each pound, another pound. Each euro, another euro. That is how the wealthy think. But the poor, they depend on salary jobs. They don't think of systems. They don't think of how they could invest, and those investments could generate more incomes for them. So you need to begin to think like the way the rich think. How do they think? They think on how they could generate assets that will bring in the income. Remember, income always follows the assets. So get the assets, establish the assets so that more income will flow onto you. I like to recommend 10 Fundamentals of Wealth Creation. Get hold of that book and you'll be glad you did. You have detailed information about these things I'm sharing with you right here on the channel. So click in the link in the description below for more information about the book. So that takes me to number 3 on my list. And the number 3 on my list here is the wealthy think long term. Yes, they think long term. Unlike, the average minds, they want quick cash, something that will give them money instantly. There's nothing wrong in wanting to get money quickly or wanting to build over time quickly. But even at that which lasts takes time. There is a process. When you rush things, they don't last. So the wealthy, they plan, they prepare, they master situations and circumstances to their own benefits. What am I trying to say? They play the long-term game, and the long-term game always benefits in the end. For instance, they're not in a hurry, to go for that particular job or to invest into that thing. They want to study how it works. They want to know. That's why you see they don't rush at things. So don't look at the quick gains you will make. Look at the long-term gain you will make, because the long-term gain will be what will stand the test of time. The long-term gain will be what will stand out for you, not the quick one. The quick one will not last. So the difference between the wealthy and the average mind is that the average mind wants to go for some quickies, some quick cash here and there. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with getting some quick cash, but then as soon as you get that quick cash, is that all that it is to eat? The answer should be no. You should plan for the long term, so that over time, you just keep generating income. You have a system in place that generates income for you. So I like to use Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon.com. He's today the world #1 book publishing in the world. Jeff Bezos, Jeff Bezos, I'm having a slip of tongue pronouncing the name. Jeff Bezos, did not just start overnight. Amazon.com started years back, even, at the inception of the internet. And where many other people didn't believe it's possible, he saw it. He had a long-time game, a long-time plan, and he worked with it. Today, it's paying off. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar business today, commanding billions. As a matter of fact, you all know. If you don't know about Jeff Bezos, please go find out. He's one of the richest men in the world today. Yes, he's one of the richest men because of the plan that he had, over time on Amazon.com. So the rich plan over time. They don't rush at things. They plan on something, on systems that will generate income for them over time. And this system will last and stand the test of time. So it is expected that you have such thinkings too. Are you thinking in days or are you taking in decades? Delayed gratification is the ultimate wealth hack. So every dollar you invest today could be 10 times or even 100 or 1,000 times more. Some investors waited 5 years, 10 years, even a whole generation for certain assets, to increase astronomically. Some people bought Bitcoin crypto and hold on to it for 10 years before it started paying off. So you should also think long term, plan long term. That's what you're trying to say here. I hope you get that. All right, that takes me to item number 4 here. The wealthy invest in themselves. One of the things that the wealthy does is that they do not joke with education. They do not joke with learning. They invest in themselves. They spend money to invest in themselves. That is why they can innovate. That is why they keep learning new things. A good example is the richest man today, Elon Musk. He has so many things on his table apart from the electric cars. There is one that is on board now, which is Neuralink. That has to do with health on those with suffering from Parkinson's disease. So there's a lot because he keeps constantly educating himself. What about Warren Buffett? Warren Buffett spends about 5 hours a day reading books. So you must constantly educate yourself. Oprah today, she's one of the best because she spent time investing in herself. So I can give you so many examples over and over like that. But then the question I want to leave with you, even as you watch this video, is what skill are you willing to master that can't, double or triple or even, times 10 multiply your source of income? Sit down and think about it. Invest, in learning new things. Master your skills and you'll be amazed. Remember, income always follows the assets. All right, that takes me to the last but not the least on my item here, and that is the wealthy surround themselves with what? With winners. Remember, as I will always say, in the company of 3 billionaires, you will be the 4th billionaire. In the company of 5 failures, you will be the 6th failure. So don't surround yourself with people who dissipate negative energies. Surround yourself with like minds, people who think positively, people who think of how they could make the best out of their lives, people who have this mindset I just shared with you. People who have such mindsets are the rich, the wealthy. So when you surround yourself with such, you will discover that you will also be thinking like them. And when you inculcate those habits, those beliefs into your thinking faculty, you will discover that over time you begin to build your own industry. Over time you begin to build your own corporation. Over time you begin to build your own entrepreneurial empire. So I encourage you to begin to reason, the way, the way they reason. This is the way they reason. It is not magic. Some people think it is luck. It is not luck. It is not connection. It is all about the way they reason. It's all about the way they think. It's about those habits, that they inculcate. So, which of the habits are you willing to start with today? Please go to the comment section below and type, and let's get to know. Let's share with me, your thoughts concerning this video. Share with me your thoughts. What are going to be the mindsets you want to start with? And at the same time, if you have received value watching this video, I'd like to encourage you to click on the notification bell and subscribe, so that once we upload new videos like this, YouTube will be the first to notify you. And if you have received value and you are inspired, I'd like to encourage you to share the video with someone who you think will benefit from it too. And that way it will help the YouTube algorithm to further spread this video, so that many more will be educated and inspired to be the best that they have always desired to be. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you again in another video. I remain your coach, Adams.